this. So, Claire.
Hi, Liz. Thank you for having me. It's
Claire
lovely to talk
Emerton.
to you.
It's fabulous to have you here in the studio. We're going to find out a bit about you, how long we've known each other,
Oh, a long
how we
time.
met. It was a long time ago, and what you do. I think it's fair to say you're most well known for Tropic in the local area, aren't you?
Yes, let's hope so. Let's hope so. Yeah, but hopefully other things as well.
Now
Yeah.
you've recently joined Nantwich Info, so thank you
I
very
have.
much for that. It's
Yes,
great to see
thank
there.
you. I thought it was time
Oh,
that I needed to be part of your amazing group.
oh, thank you. Now we met when I ran RedShift Radio. Am I right in thinking we met first of all when you came on as a guest to talk about HIP, which was a charity you were involved in?
I think it was, and I think that, Liz, was about 2011. So yes, so I worked for a charity based at the Countess of Chester called HIP in Cheshire, which was an acquired brain injury charity. And we needed to reinvent the charity, and I'm really pleased it's still going today, and I still am involved with a few of the members, which is really lovely. And it was all about setting up some social interaction for them and community for the acquired brain injury people of Cheshire. That's where you came in, obviously, and I'd heard about the famous Liz and obviously reached out, and you very kindly came to our welcome event, which we did at Crew Alex Football Club. Wasn't it? Yeah. So
we had I remember we did a fundraiser, didn't we? Do our 4-hour broadcast in aid of HIP, and we all had big hair,
Mad Hair Day.
That was it.
Yeah.
And then Hibberts and Hibbert Solicitors and Horsmith Whittingham, we had a, what do we call it? We had some competition between them, and they all came in dressed up. I remember Stuart Bailey and running around the block, and Camille and people, they were all running around, and Angela from Horsmith Whittingham came in with this big cake that she made. Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
And we cut it open, and there were like Skittles all fell out. It was all multicoloured.
Yes, it was amazing.
And Angela, it made me laugh because she made it very clear that she made this cake, but then on air she actually admitted, because we were all astounded, she admitted that her sister made it, and I've never let her live that down ever since. But yeah, we actually broadcast for 24 hours solid all through the night.
HIP in Cheshire. Yeah, no, it does mean a lot to me, and we really did make a difference and do make a difference to a lot of people in Cheshire. So so that's how we first met.
So then our paths crossed over various things. So before we get on to Tropic and how you got into Tropic, what were you doing between HIP and Tropic?
So, well, previous to Tropic, my career was in NatWest Bank. And I loved doing that, and I loved the customer service. But then I had the arrival of my beautiful children, the Emerton boys. So we've got William,
Gotta give them a mention.
Andrew and Jamesy. And when I had William and Andrew, I did go back to NatWest, but I found it really difficult just to, be away from them. And I think it was really important to me that I just wanted to try and be there as much as I could. And childcare was difficult. Obviously, grandparents were incredible, but I think I wanted to be at home. So I looked for a job that would fit around the children, and never really considered social selling, and I came across the Virgin Cosmetics company, Richard Branson's at that time, which no longer exists, and made a career from sharing products with people and having a lovely time, and was with that company then for 12 years.
As long as that, crikey.
Yes, it was 12 years. And then I had a little 4-year stint with Jamie Oliver doing the same sort of business, which again, it was wonderful because now my kitchen is full of Jamie Oliver products, still going strong. But, just thinking about it, that kitchenware was lovely, but for me, it wasn't like a consumable product that people needed all the time. And then we heard about Tropic. We heard about Tropic, and that was opportunity then to build a new venture. Alongside doing Tropic, I did work for the charity as well, 3 days a week, which was incredible. I love doing fundraising. It's so nice to give back and make a difference.
Yeah, and you still do a lot of that, don't you, through Tropic?
Absolutely.
So we'll find out about all the different fundraising things that you've done.
So
what attracted you to Tropic Skincare?
I think really it was the passion for the products, and it's what they stand for. The infinite purpose with Tropic is to help create a healthier, greener and more empowered world. And for me, I think as we get older, I mean, I never actually used to consider ingredients in the products that I put on my skin, and you pre-massage everything in every day and don't necessarily look at the ingredients, but so many of us look at ingredients in food. So I think when I met Susie, who has such a passion for clean beauty, you know, something really resonated, and it was time to have a look at what these products and toxic chemicals. I mean, we know everything around us is a toxic chemicals, but we're looking at toxic chemicals in beauty. So yeah, I think it was just time to really have a consider of that. And
now you mentioned Susie. Of course, you and I both know Susie Marr, but tell us who Susie is. How will some people know her, perhaps?
Well, Susie now, I mean, the credibility of Tropic and the brand grows daily, and some of you may have just seen her feature on this series of Dragon Den. You know, she was invited as a judge, so it just gives us the brand brilliant credibility, and her as a incredible person of what she has created for so many people by offering and sharing an opportunity, building an incredible community that really does make a difference. And her infinite purpose has made a difference to so many people across the world. For example, you know, her passion for education. I had no idea before I worked with Tropic that 62 million children don't get a primary school education in this world. 62 million children. I mean, that's just outstanding, isn't it? So Susie wants to make a difference. She wants to empower. So with Tropic, we've had a great partnership with the United World Schools programme, and we've actually just opened our 5th Tropic school.
Oh my goodness.
So we've got Nepal, Madagascar, Cambodia. So yeah, you can go on the Tropic YouTube channel and have a look at some of the openings and some of the work that we've done. And everybody who uses and wears Tropic are making a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Susie started from a very young age in the markets in London.
Absolutely.
Tell us about that.
Absolutely. Well, Susie's inspiration actually came from her grandmother, who actually trained to be a surgeon. But Susie's grandma didn't really love being a surgeon, I think, when she started to practice, and then retrained as a pharmacist. And that's, you know, when she decided that she didn't want her granddaughter, Susie, to take any antibiotics or anything. They wanted ever to go down a natural route. And this is where Susie's passion came from for natural product. And that's, you know, she had a great upbringing. They moved to Australia, and rather than doing baking with her mum, her and her mum used to go out and collect all the beautiful greenery and make her grandma's signature product, which was the Body Smooth, a beautiful all-over body exfoliator, and still use that recipe today in our products. Then Susie and her mum came over to the UK when Susie was 15, and like you say, they needed to make an income, and that's when Susie and her made 50 jars a week of the Body Smooth and sold it at Greenwich Market. And used to do that every weekend, tirelessly sharing the product every day, whatever the weather was, getting the product on people's skin, and people loved it. And that's where the brand was started. And then Susie went, carried on her education. She's a very, very clever, bright lady, went to university, studied economics, got a job in the city. But it wasn't for her. She still had this massive passion for her products, and she'd created 4 products at this time. And when somebody suggested, why don't you go on The Apprentice, Susie? And that's exactly what she did when she was just aged 21. And I think that was 2011. And she didn't win The Apprentice, but Lord Allen did see something in her and invested £200,000 into the Tropic business. And we launched on May the 4th, 2013. Down in Hertfordshire in a university room, there were 400 of us, and I was one of the 400.
That's amazing.
So I am a real OG, Tropic OG, original girl, old girl, call me whatever you want to. But yeah, I was at that launch, and we launched the business with just 11 products.
Incredible.
So to see where we've come over the years, and now, you know, we have a full range from the hair care through to the foot care, baby range, men's range, for the whole body. So as a brand, we just go from strength to strength, but still maintaining her incredible
absolutely
ethics.
Now you're going to talk about the products shortly. We'll share how I got involved. I remember about 6 weeks before my 40th birthday, And I think you would ask me, I had some little, what do we call them? They like melia spots, like
Yeah.
oily things on my skin, not very visible, but I was aware of them. And I remember us chatting and I said, you asked me what I use. And I was like, yeah, I've slapped Nivea on. I've always used Nivea. And your face was like, oh my God. And I said, you very kindly gave me a set to try. You said, try this for 2 weeks, didn't you? And I could not believe the difference in my skin. What astounded me was that at the time, both my husband and another couple of men in my life, like my brother-in-law and someone else, all said, Liz, you're looking really well. Men actually noticed it. I was like astounded. I was like, this is strange. There's something different here. And it was all literally 2 weeks before my 40th birthday using these products. And that's when I became hooked. So yes, we're looking at, oh gosh, now let me think, about 8 years ago. And I joined you in your team as a Tropic ambassador, didn't I? And you've been such an incredible support. You're so good at looking after your team members. Tell us about that part of what you do, because it's a really big part, isn't it, of growing the team?
Absolutely, it is now. And I just think to empower others to have their own business is, well, it's fantastic, isn't it? Of whether, you know, it's a mum from home like I was why I joined social selling, to people wanting a side hustle. You know, we all are looking for extra income these days, and we are a product-led brand. And like you, what the difference it made to your skin, we're making a difference to so many people's skin across the country. And, you know, we can get a really great message out to people. And for me, it's about education of people of what they're putting on their skin. Our skincare is 100% naturally derived, certified Cosmos organic. That's the highest regulated products that you can get. And I think if you go on to the breastcancer.org website now, they recommend that you use Cosmos certified organic. So the awareness of ingredients in products is definitely growing, and there's a shift. And we're leading away with natural green beauty and making a difference. And we have clinical results. So, you know, we don't have perception trials where somebody says 8 out of 10 say this is great. We have independent clinical trials, independently reviewed, tested. So we know that they absolutely make a difference to people's skin. And if people want to share the products with their friends and family, a great opportunity to have a business and, you know, build their income, be part of a really great community that all stand for the same thing. So yes, that's my absolute passion. And you know, we have a wonderful team, we have a wonderful community, a wonderful time, and have a really special Tropic family. And I think overall, I think it's about 88% absolutely would recommend to be a Tropic ambassador. I don't know what happened to the other 12%, but I think I think, you know, everybody only speaks very highly about what we do at Tropic. Absolutely. And what a great ethical brand.
And there's I mean, I think when I joined 8 years ago, there was about 5,000. There's how many now? Is it 20?
20,000.
20,000. Yeah. And I'm a very, as I always say to you, I'm a very low level Tropic ambassador, aren't I? I dabble in it. I use it all the time. My close friends and family use it, and I have a website that's all completely supplied by Tropic as part of the business, and that's fine for me. That ticks along. But as you know, in your team, you've got people that are at all different levels, all different times in their lives. They might be business owners already, they might be working full time, they might be teachers, they might be mums, and it does fit in whatever way you want it to fit.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm right at the very bottom level of terms of dipping my toe in and not really spending too much time on it, sorry Susie, but it still works, and it's great to have there as a little side hustle in the background for me.
Absolutely.
Tell me about the products that got me, and you bought some today. There's some real signature products, isn't there? And those products that really swung it for me. Tell us about those.
Yes, yeah. I was just going to add in there just before I show you these, Liz, but on average, as a lady, maybe for the men as well, I don't know, maybe we do use a few more products than men, but on average we use 12 personal care products a day.
Gosh, yes, of course. Yeah.
We do, from the hair care, skin care, body care and that. Yeah. And, you know, I just think if we can share something so ethical, I have a really great fact to share with you just before I share you these. And this has, again, been clinically proven. Now, if you don't consider your ingredients that you're using and using your 12 personal care products a day, not looking at the ingredients, you on average are applying 168 toxic chemicals to your skin. Now, for me, that is really frightening. And you've got to think our skin is a semi-permeable membrane. So, as proven now by HRT gels that lots of ladies use and pain relief patches. So I just think, by using something so ethical and natural with no toxic chemicals in is important. It's an important message that we need to share with youngsters. I mean, there's so much advertising now on TikTok and so brilliantly marketed, but these are products with active ingredients that are damaging youngster skin. I love to share natural products, especially for young people. They really need to know from the start when they get in a good routine. So yes, today I've brought along a really healthy daily diet for your skin, and that's our smoothing cleanser, which is our top selling product that we do at Tropic. So it's really important that we clean our skin morning and night. This is an oil-based cleanser. It smells like you're in a spa, comes with a beautiful bamboo cloth, very simple to use. And do you know what? At night, we all deserve a little bit of us time just to make a difference and clean our skins. The cleanser is a really fantastic product. Then obviously the toner, the morning mist that we have, to spray on very quick and easy after you've removed your cleanser. And then we need to nourish the skin and protect the skin barrier, build the skin barrier. And I've just brought along one of our moisturisers, which is our Skin Feast. So that offers a really healthy daily diet. And I would hope that most of us do that every day to really make a difference. And I just think we need to look after our skin. It's the first thing that everybody sees, and we deserve that investment in our skin.
I think it's
ourselves.
really. I don't think everybody does do that. That's a worrying thing. I didn't do that until I was 40. Like I said, it kind of you're lulled into thinking, products like Simple and Nivea, they've got no scent in, and I was astounded when I learned that actually they do have a scent. They have a scent that dumbs down, that doesn't smell of anything, but that is full of toxins and things. I've had a few ladies that have used the Simple range of products, and they've come out in breakouts. It's really challenged their skin. And that's because there are things in there that we're led to believe
absolutely
are good for you, but they're not at all.
Marketing is very clever, isn't it? And actually, for something to claim that they're natural, only have to have by law 3% natural products in. So it is
crazy,
frightening.
Isn't it?
And our products are freshly made. And that isn't a claim, it's what we do every day. Our products are freshly made at Croydon, our beauty kitchens, daily, and we treat it like food. It should be treated like food. It's going onto our skin. So everything has a best before end date. And, it's at least a year for most of the skincare. And yes, we have a range that will make a difference to your skin. And the other thing that I love about the Tropic range is that the company offer a 30-day money-back happiness guarantee. So many products, so many of us buy maybe a lipstick or something and try it when we get home. We're like, oh no, in the drawer it goes, and there you've spent a lot of money on that. But at Tropic, if you don't like that, we don't want you to put anything in a drawer. We want to swap it. We want to give you a refund. We want you to be happy. So we do make a difference.
Absolutely. And that beauty kitchen down in Croydon is fantastic. I've been down there myself. To see the products being made, to be involved in that, the team down there really is a very, very special company, isn't it? It's such a special company.
It is.
Really see that. When people say to you, it's pyramid selling and it's this multi-level marketing, what's your answer to that? Because I know what my answer is, but I would love to know what yours is.
Yes, you do get that. And, I mean, if you look at every business, first of all, it's sort of a pyramid, isn't it?
Exactly.
Every business has a CEO at the top. And Susie has been really passionate and driven about defending Tropic in this element. And you can actually Google, what do you think about Tropic being a LMM, a pyramid scheme and things? Because like I say, every company that's tried to give us a bad name, she's challenged, and, people have come round to see we are a difference. A lot of companies make people invest in a lot of stock. People don't have to be a Tropic ambassador. You have to place one order And that could be a lip balm at £4 every 6 months. That's all you need to do to stay a Tropic ambassador and keep your account open. There is no stock buying. There's no monthly fees. You do invest in a kit, which is £198 for £600 worth of products. But that kit, that's the only outlay that we want you to have at Tropic. We want you to make money. And, you know, we are a product-led company, like I said before. So to introduce anyone into the business, we don't get paid for that, for introducing people. We're not a recruitment-led culture at all, although we want to share the opportunity because we want to share our products. They are really good. But this brand is, you know, very, very ethical. And I think people are recognising that now. I mean, for Susie to be invited as a judge on Dragon's Den, I think that says it all.
It literally
really
sent goosebumps down me because she come full circle. She started on, well, in a market and then going on The Apprentice. And there she is as a judge, a dragon. It's absolutely incredible. She has travelled the world looking and learning and investigating every single product, hasn't she? She finds nuts in Brazil and seeds in out of Mongolia and Australia, leaves and plants and everything, and it's so clever.
Absolutely. And I was actually part of one of the discovery of one ingredient in our skin relief.
Oh, I didn't know this.
When we were in was it Bali? I've been so fortunate to travel the world.
Yes, that's something we should mention as well.
And we had a tour, and this gentleman was showing us around one of the beautiful forests. I'm just actually finding the skin relief in the brochure now. But introduced us to an ingredient, and you could see Susie's mind working, and she was like, wow, that's incredible. I think, you know, we could probably use that in one of our products. And our skin relief is a product, it's a moisturiser to really help repair the skin barrier, to get rid of redness for sensitive skin. So it is a fabulous product, skin relief. It was the leaf of life that we discovered as an ingredient in Bali, and I was with Susie's in Susie's group. It was incredible. So you are right, she goes around the world and discovers ingredients all the time from all the tropics. And as a brand, again, we are a member of the shopping guide as an ethical company, so every ingredient is sourced so beautifully to get that accreditation.
Now, before we wrap up, we've talked a lot about Tropic and the brand generally and the great things they do to raise money for schools and children around the world. You do a lot of fundraising yourself. You do a lot of events for charity. What have you done recently? What have you got in the pipeline?
Twice a year, I always do an event at home because I do love to give back. And last year, it was a year ago actually, a year last in Easter, my 3 boys did which I'm sure all your lovely Nantwich people will have seen over social media. They did the Little Boss Big Ride from John O'Groats to Land's End.
Can't believe that was a year ago.
I know, I can't either. And they did that for 3 children's charities, one of them being Hope House Children's Hospice, which I've supported a lot over the years. So I hadn't done a lot of fundraising for them in the last probably 8-10 years because I've been so involved with hips. It was so lovely to revisit Hope House, meet a lot of the team who were still there. And so I did do a big fundraiser for them last year, along with the boys. So they raised over 30,000 with their bus ride, which was phenomenal. So proud of them. And so, yeah, I am going to do something else for Hope House this year. So I can't wait for that. But anyone who wants to raise money and make a difference, I can help. I can really help because I do think it's really lovely to be able to give something back. And obviously all the local cancer groups as well. I've supported the Christie group, the Crewe and Nantwich Cancer Research Group. I love supporting them as well. So yeah, I can help anyone raise money, but definitely going to be doing something else for Hope House this year. And we visited there I took the boys there at the end of last year and they met some of the children. So yeah, it was nice to reconnect.
Brilliant. So before we finish, tell me about this product that you've kindly bought in to try today.
This is a little present I bought for you today. This is our magnesium body buttercream. I think magnesium's a really big ingredient these days, isn't it, to help with sleep, but aching muscles. great for itchy skin and relaxing. So yes, it's something that we've just relaunched. It's only a limited edition, so I don't think it's going to be around for long. But
Thank you
yeah,
very
it
much.
really does smell wonderful. So enjoy. And
It's
restless legs.
Yeah.
This is a really great product for that. We have also got some new products coming out. So if there are any ladies listening to this who suffer with rosacea, please get in touch with me, because we have got a game-changing product that I will be sharing within the group, a Calm and Correct cream that the results are outstanding. So we do lead the way in technology and green beauty, and products that really do clinically make a difference.
I have to mention, we often talk about ladies because that's where natural skincare tends to go. But my nephew has been using the Clear Skies set, because there's a whole range, isn't there, of skincare products if you have blemishes and pores and fine lines and this, that and the other. And he has had incredible results with his teenage acne by using the products. So, we can really help with that as well.
Absolutely. And one thing that I love to do is actually loan out products. Like you borrowed some of the range for a week or so. Yeah. I'm really happy to do that and share the products with people to suit your skin type. And on our website, we have an AI skincare analyzer. So you can actually put in your concerns for your skin. It will take a picture of your skin and it will give you your very own Tropic Skincare prescription of the products that would make a difference to you. And if you can do that, I can loan you the products for, a week. See how you go on with it and see if it makes a difference. And I know you will be pleasantly surprised at what the products will do for you.
Brilliant. Claire, how can people get in touch with you? What's your website address?
www.tropicskincare.com/Clare Emerton, or please call me Claire without an I and in Emerton, or call me 0771 239 7639.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. It's been really, really great. Thank you for joining the website. I hope to see you lots of mentions of Tropic and your events and things on the Nantwich Info group.
Yes. And thank you for having me, Liz. It's been really lovely.
1, 2,